Welcome to the second half, ladies and gentlemen. And did you enjoy the first half? All right. We'd like to say that.
My name, Sammy Chore. I'm not taking any chances at all, ladies and gentlemen. People always ask me where the character of Jose came from. It's a true story. In 1947, I had to be in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I met a guy down there, a lovely guy, spoke English quite well, but he had this accent that he refused to compensate for. I said, what do you do? He said, I am the Dutch representative. I said, how nice, with the Netherlands government. He said, no. I am the Dutch representative. I said, oh, Holland, tulip bulbs? No, I am the only Dutch representative in San Juan. He said, of course, then you're with the United Nations. No, I'm the Dutch representative. Dutch, Plymouth, Chrysler. In gratitude, I've been driving a Jaguar ever since, I think. Stephen Valentine Allen. Did anybody know that the middle initial Stephen Valentine Allen? In honor of my mentor and the man I love dearly, I'd like to get Jose here to sing a little song dedicated to Steve Allen's middle name. I would like to sing a song for you that I had the pleasure of introducing and making famous. My funny Valentine, a sweet funny Valentine, you make me smile with my home. Yo sa lapapal, unphotographable. Just my every work is your fearless angry, is your mouth a little weak when you bend it to speak. Are you small? Don't change your hair for me. Not if you care for me. Stay, buddy. I think I hurt myself. Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine's Day. Oh, my funny Valentine, you really make me smile with my heart, and that's very painful. Remember how we met, my darling? I came to visit you in your native country, Israel. I was an American and I spoke English. You were an Israeli, so you spoke Hebrew. The Jewish people speak Hebrew. Anybody that's been to Jerusalem knows that. But we communicated, my darling, we communicated through the universal language, the language of Yiddish. I was surprised you spoke Yiddish, but then you explained to me that you could trace your family all the way back to Charlton Heston. And then we went on a tour of Israel, which was climaxed when you showed me the most beautiful mountain in all Israel. That mountain that's named after that hospital. The Presbyterian Hospital Mountain. Stay, happy Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine's Day. I love you, Steve. Thanks so much. Good luck to all your stuff. Let's get the sprinklers in the room.
You know, we've been producing this show now for 3 or 4 years, and I'd like to give my co-producer a bow at this time. Would you give him a nice warm welcome from Morris High School, Mr. Buddy Arnold. Buddy Arnold, ladies and gentlemen. Would you welcome at this time Mr. Eddie Manson, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Manson.
West Side Story.
This is our 8th year with the New York Alumni, and it just didn't happen by accident. You know, there's 2 kids, Fran and Lou, who had this whole idea and created this whole thing. And for them to call you, for Fran to call you up at 8:30 in the morning, she goes, Johnny, how's my Johnny? How are you, Johnny? And she can get you to do any damn thing she wants to. She is wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring them out here to say hello. The creators and executive producers, Fran and Lou Zigman. Come on, let's get them out here. Johnny! Johnny! Johnny!
The Honorable State Senator from Midwood High School, Marty Markowitz. Oh, Wingate, I'm sorry.
Oh, you never tell Wingate graduates anything about Midwood High School, that's for sure. Anyway, it's a pleasure to be here on behalf of 2.5 million Brooklynites, still proud to call themselves Brooklynites, to say thank you to Lou and Fran and all of you that are keeping our dream of the best of the past today, because we'll need that as we continue to face the challenges of the future. Having said that, I got some special presents for you, Mr. Allen. Number 1, I know that the first 2 years of your life, and once you're a New Yorker, you're always a New Yorker, were in Harlem. And so I tried to get you a real sign from the subway system, but they beat me to it. They've been liberated. So the Transit Authority, the best and cleanest, most efficient subway system in the world, presents you with a very special award, the 125th Street stop on the ACB&D. Secondly, from the heart of Harlem, East Side, West Side, call it what you will, the heart of Harlem, 125th Street, our sign. And lastly, I know that you left before you graduated high school in New York City. And so I felt, here these number of years after, and about 30 chancellors, that I'm now able to present it under the new chancellor, who, by the way, incidentally, comes from California. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if I may, this is the first high school diploma that I can say is asbestos-free. Ladies and gentlemen, for Steve Allen, have a good evening.
This next artist made many, many big hit records with the Duke Ellington Orchestra. Would you welcome one of the great singers of all time, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Herb Jeffries. Herb Jeffries.
Cigarette holder, she waves me over her shoulder. She digs me out catting that satin dog. Baby, shall we go house skipping? Careful, amigo, you're flipping. Speaks Latin, that satin dog. She's nobody's fool, playing it cool as can be. I'll give it a whirl, but I ain't for no girl catching me. Switcheroony telephone number, and you know, doing my rumba with Uno and buttons, my satin dog. She's nobody's fool, playing it cool as can be. I'll give it a whirl, but I ain't for no girl catching me. Like Mickey Rooney, telephone number, and you know, doing my rumba, you know, buttons, my satin dog. Yeah, buttons, my satin dog. Yeah, buttons, my satin dog. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You're wonderful. New York. Boy, I go way back in New York. Back when the Apollo Theater was brand new and Lady Day was just starting her career on the Apollo Theater stage. Ralph Cooper was saying, "Ring down those curtains." And it was wonderful. Next door to it was a theater called the Harlem Opera House, 125th Street. Oh, I go way back to the Cotton Club. 2 cotton clubs with the Uptown and Downtown Cotton Club. Maybe a few people like Uncle Milty to remember those days. Yes. Connie's Inn, that's right. The Ubangi Club. That's right. And I go way back with Steve Allen, too. I go back when Tonight Show was a radio show. And it was at NBC on Sunset and Gower. And that's where Steve started his popularity and finally into the television show that we just saw on the screen. Right now, I'd like to do some things from the pen of the great Duke Ellington, who I had the pleasure of spending my apprentice years with. And here's a song you may remember. You can all help me on this song if you'd like to. I'm sure you know the lyrics to it. When it gets to the part where the lyrics are that you might know, that you can understand, I'd like you to join me. It's called "It Don't Mean a Thing If You Ain't Got That Swing." It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. Do what, 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 do what. It don't mean a thing. All you got to do is swing. Do what, 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 do what. It makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. You take that rhythm, give it everything it's got. It don't mean a thing. All you got to do is sing. Do what, 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 do what. It don't mean a thing. All you got to do is sing. Do what, 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 do what. It don't mean a thing. All you got to do is swing. Do what, 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 do what. It makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. You take that rhythm, give it everything it's got. It don't mean a thing. All you got to do is swing. Do what, do what, do what, do what. Do what, do what, do what, do what. Do what, do what, do what. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You're wonderful. Well, here's a song that's been recorded by many outstanding recording artists. Great names, names that you have seen on the marquees in Las Vegas, those great 20-foot letters. Names, names like Harry Krasmack, Arthur Menchen, Larry Sandbang, Sarah Vance, and a few lesser-known names that'd be ridiculous for me to mention. You wouldn't know who they were. However, I must confess that I recorded this song. It's a little weird. And immediately after my record session, I was analyzed by my psychiatrist, a wonderful man from San Francisco, who just wired me this morning informing me that he has just recorded this number. And if you like it, you might want to record it because everybody else has. Old Black Magic. Old Black Magic. Old Black Magic. That old black magic has me in its spell. Old black magic that you read so well. Icy fingers up and down my spine. Same old witchcraft when your eyes meet mine. Same old tingles that I feel inside. Then that elevator starts its ride. Down and down I go. Go like a leaf caught in a tide. I could stay away. What can I do? I hear your name and I'm afraid. Aflame with such burning desire that only your kiss, 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 kiss put out the fire. And you're that lover I the mate that fate had me created for. And every time your lips meet mine, darling, down and down I go, round and round I go, in a spin, loving that spin I'm in, under that old black magic called love. I could stay away, what can I do? I hear your name, and I'm afraid, aflame with such burning desire, that only your kiss, 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 kiss put out the fire. And you're that lover I have waited for, the mate that fate had me created for. And every time your lips meet mine, darling, down and down I go, round and round I go, in a spin, loving that spin I'm in, under that old black magic, 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 that old black magic. Oh, Lord. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're wonderful. Well, here's a song I've been singing so long that I stand on one leg when I sing it. This number has been a wonderful song for me. I've been able to send 4 kids through college and get my laundry out. It's a song that, well, I'll tell you, much like Brando, when Brando did Waterfront, he got special permission to fly all the way to New York and to spend 6 months with the stevedores there so that he could get the feeling, the drama of playing this particular part. Before I recorded Flamingo, I got special permission to fly all the way to Florida and stand in the pond in Hialeah with these birds. Now, if you've seen a flamingo on a picture postcard, you will notice that they're always standing in tall grass. Those of you who have been to the Caribbean, there at the flamingo farm, you will see them again in their natural habitat, moving about in tall grass. Now, those of you who have gone down to Hialeah and followed the bangtails down there, you'll notice that they have imported grass from Cuba for these birds and put it in the middle of the pond of that racetrack so that these birds can be tranquilized while those horses are moving so fast around there. Now, what you don't know is in the evening, when all have left the racetrack, including the maintenance, and there in the tranquility of that magenta mood as twilight is setting, these birds smoke this grass. That's what makes them fly so high. Here's that song. Flamingo, like a flame in the sky, flying over the island to my lover nearby. Flamingo, with your tropical hue, for it's you I rely on, and a love that is true. The wind sings a song to you as you go, a song that I Flamingo, when the sun meets the sea, say farewell to my lover and hasten to me. Sings a song to you as you go, a song that I hear below the murmuring pond. Flamingo, when the sun meets the sea, say farewell to my lover and hasten to me. Flamingo, flamingo, flamingo.
Mr. Herb Jeffries, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Last, on the 28th, about 300 of us from the Friars Club went to an opening of a show at the Wilshire Theater called Catskills on Broadway. Here's the creator and the star of Catskills on Broadway, Mr. Fredddie Roman. Come on, give him a nice welcome.
No Arab music. How are you? Good to see you. I'm talk to them, then I'll talk to you. You are living proof that Grecian formula is full of shit. My name is Fredddie Roman, Richmond Hill High School, class of June 1954. Any Hillites here? Richmond Hill? There were 3 Jews there in 40 years. But I am delighted to be here. We've been open for a week at the Wilshire Theater, having a wonderful time in your city. But you got to explain something to me. Those of you of the Jewish faith out here tonight, how do Jews live out here? No, I don't understand it. My son is out here now. He's the co-executive producer of Coach on ABC. And he called us when he heard the show was opening Tuesday. He said, Dad, Yom Kippur is last week and you'll come out and we'll have Yom Kippur together. And I said, great, Alan. He said, now you have your choice of where you could worship. The Directors Guild, Beverly Hills High, the Wilshire Theater, the Hyatt Hotel, or the Laugh Factory. I said, don't Jews go to synagogue here? It was unbelievable. We went to the Directors Guild, I heard the shofar, and I saw 3 screenings. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. I still live in New York. I live in a little suburb called New City, New York, up in Rockland County. We're there 23 years. I bought an $8,000 house for $140,000. And our biggest problem, we can't get a girl to clean. We finally got a girl, we pay her $94 a day. And car fare from Haiti. But I will tell you that this world has gotten me a little bit crazy. We're doing some stupid things. We really are. My wife wanted a little car to run around the neighborhood. I got her the Yugo. Do you know it? Piece of crap. Last week they recalled her and the car. She got on the Jersey Turnpike last week behind a truck with a magnet. She called me from Birmingham, Alabama. That's how the car gets 84 miles to the gallon. And you put 4 locks on your door at home for security. Here's where you're nuts. Somebody knocks on the door, you say, "Who is it?" He says, "It's me." You open the door. Not my wife. I flew home from Los Angeles 8 weeks ago on the all-night flight. I got to New City at 6 in the morning. I didn't have a key. I knocked on the door. She said, "Who is it?" I said, "Your husband. I'm home." She said, "I won't open the door till you tell me something that only my husband would know." I said, "Okay, we have 2 children. Alan is 32. 10 years ago, he graduated from the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. Judy is 29, graduated from Brandeis University, Boston University Law School. She's a district attorney in the borough of Brooklyn, and they are bright, adorable, terrific, delicious, gorgeous, wonderful, exciting kids." She said, "The whole neighborhood knows that." I said, "We have a little dog named Peppy, 18 years old, just qualified for Meals on Wheels." She said, "The whole neighborhood knows that." I said, "You have a mole on your ass. If the neighborhood knows that, don't bother to open the door." She opened the door. And every word I speak of my 2 children is the truth. My daughter Judy went to Brandeis up in Waltham, Massachusetts. Her junior year there, she went to study in London, England for 6 months, as did most of us. You didn't go. She went because Queen Elizabeth called me, said, "Freddie, I must have your Judy for 6 months." I said, "Why?" She said, "I'm having a lot of trouble with Lady Diana. Your Judy could straighten it out." You see, Lady Diana's only been a princess 9 years. And my son Alan, what can I tell you, the pride of a father for a son. 10 years ago, May 23rd, my wife and I were privileged to be at the Civic Center in Philadelphia to watch this young man culminate 4 magnificent years at one of America's most prestigious seats of learning, the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, graduated with a 3.86 cumulative index, involved in every extracurricular activity, graduated May 23rd with the highest of honors. More importantly, on May 24th, he got a job. And when I tell you what this brilliant young man was doing, for 5 of the last 10 years, you're going to pass out. He shoveled horse shit at the Meadowlands racetrack. Do you know the pride of a father? When someone says, "What is your son doing?" And you lie and say, "He's leaning towards veterinary medicine." But 5 years ago, Alan came to me and said, "Daddy, I'm quitting the racetrack." I said, "Don't do it for me. I was happy." "Alan, I was happy that you were happy. What father wouldn't be happy if his son was happy? You were happy. I was happy. Your mother wasn't that happy. But I got her out of the oven in time." So tell me, Alan, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? He said, "Daddy, I don't know." I said, "Alan, your school cost me $64,000. You have to know something." I said, "Isn't there anything you like?" He said, "Yes, philosophy." I said, "There's a big market for that. Especially now that Plato is gone." Alan, we'll go to a mall, we'll take an empty store, we'll open a philosophy store. You'll come in the morning, you'll go, "Whatever will be, will be." He said, "Daddy, don't make fun of me and don't be sarcastic, Daddy. Because, Daddy, I love you and I respect you, and all I want from you, Daddy, is to love me and respect me, Daddy. But, Daddy, times are different today. Daddy, when you were my age, you had to go out and get a job, Daddy. But, Daddy, I have a daddy. And, Daddy, I want to find myself." I said, "Alan, I know where you are. You have 30 days to find yourself. If you don't find yourself, get lost. And very proudly, he is now the co-executive producer of Coach. So he has found himself. We're at the Wilshire Theater for 2 more weeks. We close 2 weeks from tomorrow night. I sincerely, respectfully expect all of you New Yorkers to pony up a few dollars and come see the show that won the Outer Critics Circle Award as the best comedy in Broadway in 1992. And to show you why we won, he didn't grow up in New York City, but he's adopted New York City as his home for the last 35 years. He is extremely talented, brilliantly funny. Please welcome Mr. Dick Capri.
So this Italian guy goes to the doctor. He says, "Doctor, I'm having trouble with my sexual activity." Doctor says, "I understand a lot of men your age have that problem. We have a new thing now, the penile implant. Very successful, little expensive." Guy says, "Well, how much is it?" Doctor says, "Well, it's $20,000. The guy says, "A lot of money." Doctor says, "I understand. Why don't you go home and discuss it with your wife and call me in the morning?" Next day, the guy calls the doctor. Says, "Doctor, I discussed with my wife, and we decided to redo the kitchen." Well, any Italians here tonight? That's all we need. Listen, I don't do Italian jokes. It's not my style. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't even know I was Italian. Had purple furniture. My mother once sent me out for olive oil. I went out looking for Popeye's girlfriend. I didn't know. But we were a regular family, you know, Catholic family. We weren't staunch Catholics. We were kind of liberal. You know, we had a cross on the wall, but nobody was on it. And I come from humble beginnings, a poor family. Well, they didn't take me to places where people take their kids. What, Disneyland, Disney World? Closest I ever got to Disneyland, when I was a kid, on my birthday, my father would catch a mouse and write Mickey on it. And my name's Capri, a very famous Italian name, Capri. Like when I was born, they named an island after me, New Guinea. And my grandfather, well, he had Alzheimer's, Italian Alzheimer's. That's where you forget everything except the grudge. And my grandmother, very progressive woman, she was a woman's liber. She go to meetings, come home with this attitude. My grandmother comes home from a woman's lib meeting, and she says to my grandfather, she said, "I just come back from woman's lib, and they tell me if I don't want to cook for you, I don't have to cook for you." And he says, "You don't cook for me, and you don't see me for 3 days." So she don't cook for him, and she didn't see him for 3 days. But after the 4th day, when the swelling went down, she could see him a little bit out of this eye over here. Well, it's a family story. You know, I like to talk about family. We get family people here. In fact, the other night, the Gambino family came in, waiting for me to sing. I'm the only Italian that can't sing. I once sang Mona Lisa, and the price of the painting went down. Now, we can't help it. We hear music, we sing. Spanish people hear music, they dance. Jewish people hear music, they say, "It's so loud here. Hear how loud this is." And it's cold here, too. And the food is terrible. In such small portions. Now, I come from a very interesting family. Recently, I sent to a genealogy research company, and they looked up my family tree. Now, a lot of these genealogy companies, you know what they do today? They put your name on a computer, and out comes sort of a semi-history of your family, but how do you know if they're telling you the truth? Now, this happened to be a very reputable company. Really hear this. It says the Capri family date back to biblical times. Listen to this. It says I had an ancestor who actually attended the Last Supper. But you can't see him in the picture because he wasn't sitting at the head table. He was at table 4. And he won the centerpiece. Now, he also had an uncle important during the Renaissance. Says he worked with Michelangelo. And when Michelangelo was up there painting the ceiling, my uncle was doing the closets and the baseboards. He's a painter. Painter. Had a Greek uncle, Papadopoulos Capri, a perverted shepherd. It says he literally married the black sheep of the family. Then I had relatives named after famous people. Paul Revere Capri had a little too much to drink one night and rode through the streets of Miami Beach yelling, "The Yiddish are coming." Stosh Capri, a dyslexic fireman, once dragged an entire family into a burning building. Robinson Crusoe Capri didn't have a good man Friday, but he did have a good woman on Thursday. And last but not least, Christopher Capri, and he was the Italian explorer who was the second man to settle into Florence. Unfortunately, Florence's husband came home early one night and shot my uncle while he was en route to her Northwest Passage. And that's the Capri family. And thank you very much for inviting me. You've been a wonderful audience. Have a good time, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Dick Capri, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Richard. Stay right out here.
All right.
Fredddie Roman, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, both of you.
Okay. All right.
Got to go over and see that show. Really, they're terrific. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you very much. 2 fags. Now, I'm sorry to wake you up. Will you please? Lovely suit, beautiful. You never throw anything away, do you? Ladies and gentlemen, is this the way to do it? I don't know. I haven't done this so long. Oh, shut up, will you?
1954. The rest is history. Enjoy.
From New York City, the National Broadcasting Company presents Tonight, starring Steve Allen. With Edie Gourmet, Steve Lawrence, Pat Marshall, Andy Williams, the music of Skitch Henderson. Tonight's special guest, Wally Cox, Bill Kenny of Inkspots fame, and New York's greatest giant, Willie Mays. Just off the crossroads of the world, Times Square is NBC's Hudson Theater. That's where we're taking you now, tonight and every night. Now to meet the star of our show, Steve Allen.
We've had the best engineering and production brains east of the Mississippi working on a clever opening with this program for about the last 3 months, ever since we planned to go on. We were going to have the Empire State Building and move it, and the city, we had Mayor Wagner at our beck and call. They were going to give us, the East River was going to flow the other way, and all sorts of very exciting things. And about 20 seconds ago, a fellow ran in and says the Cadillac remote unit had a flat tire. Somebody goofed. That's right. They have 3 lenses on the camera, close, closer, and flat tire, I guess. And they had a little trouble with the third one. Anyway, in case you're just joining us, this is Tonight. And I can't think of too much to tell you about it, except I want to give you the bad news first. This program is going to go on forever. Boy, you think you're tired now. And we especially selected this particular theater. This is a New York theater called the Hudson. And we especially selected this for this very late show because this theater's, I think it sleeps about 800 people.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the stage people...
No.
one of the actors.
One of them didn't come for, now ain't here for you yet, didn't make it. And the manager didn't want you to disappoint me.
No. Disappoint you.
The manager didn't want you to disappoint you. So he's gonna do it.
No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now comes my great pleasure to present the pièce de résistance of the evening, the man that we're all here for. A man that has been talked about throughout the entire evening, and rightly so, because he is a doll. And I think he's going to tell you the story, not me. Shall I say it, Steve? But he'll tell it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, our guest of honor, the one and only Mr. Steve Allen, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Milton.
Steve, before you'll never lose that coat. It's checked. Before you even begin and to do whatever you want to do, because this is your night and God bless you, there are a lot of gifts for you. John, Buddy, would you bring them in, please? Hear that. That is a picture of Maurice Schwartz. Over there. Oh, you're taking pictures? Fine. Come here, Steve. No, wait a minute. Hold it. I'll be on this side, because in the papers it comes out first. Let me see the other one. And that's an ashtray.
Too many words over here.
He doesn't smoke.
Put it to music. He'll do it.
He'll put it to music. Thank you. That's for you, too.
Thank you.
You don't smoke, do you? What else? Is that it?
All kinds of plaques and lettuce and dignitaries.
Oh, really? You want to do it all now? Oh, no, we don't have to do that. Thank you very much, Steve. I'll take over. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Allen. Come on, come in.
Thank you, Milton. This is a lovely, I don't know what it is, but it is lovely. Isn't that nice? Looks like it fell off the Crystal Cathedral. I'll put that over here. You will be very relieved, I'm sure, to hear that I don't plan to entertain you. I've been laughing. No, the point is, my God, it's Thursday again. No, I must say that I've been on a lot of telethons. This is the longest one I've ever. I think if this keeps up 2 more hours, we'll bring Dean and Jerry back together. You know. Anyway, it is an honor. Are you embarrassed, seriously, when you get complimented? I am. I think everybody is. I'd rather be out there applauding for somebody else. And it could be the worst schmuck in the world. If he's the guest of honor, you feel you have to give him a standing ovation. Just for the record, I did try to discourage that. And it's not modesty or anything. I just don't plan to be that great. I also, in all seriousness, I feel there is too much applause in show business today. I'm serious. Look at this, applause. No, when I was a kid growing up, I mean, Frank Sinatra got applause, Gene, you know, Al Jolson, superstars, Mae West, W.C. Fields, they deserved applause. Judy Garland, giants of talent. Now anybody who, you know, never hosted a talk show until Tuesday gets a 9-minute ovation, you know, just for showing up. At the end of the show, they never get that much applause, but they get more applause than Jolson got his whole life. Anyway, it's awfully late, and I've loved sitting out there and laughing at everything. What I'd like to do, go home to bed, actually. Well, thank you, Manny, for it. I feel also very inadequate because of the way I'm dressed. I was told casual. I didn't realize that meant the audience. I'm not kidding. I read the memo wrong or something. But that's how I should be dressed. Although as I look at Manny Harmon, I have the feeling I should ask him for directions to the crematorium. I think, oh, you look so formal, like you look like you know everything. So, what should we do? I think what I'll do is just skip the comedy. Literally, you know, your face hurts from laughing. So many brilliantly funny people tonight. I'm tired, I'm all laughed out. So I'll do a little musical something for you. But before we get to the music, would you noodle, as we say? Yeah, or tinkle, if you like. Well, no, better noodle. Thank you. This is an historic place. I have played handball in this general area, but I've never been inside this auditorium before, and never heard such loud noodling, as a matter of fact, in the auditorium. But no, there's a lot of social history here. Think about Paducah, Kentucky High School. As the old saying goes, if these old walls could only talk, they would say, paint me. But it's kind of nice. I brought along a couple of songs that I'll finish with here. By the way, all the stories that you heard about the different people tell, I mean, the story that Lou Gossett told, that was a true story about the, you know, coughing like that when the guy was toying with my MC. And the story about, what the hell was the other one? Something, oh yeah, the Murine building. It was in Cincinnati. I was trying to sleep in a limousine. A guy kept poking me saying, look. So I did say it's a nice story. All those, I'd forgotten about all those things, but people remember them. And I did indeed work with Herb Jeffries back in 1948 here in town. I never knew he was 65 then, you know. But we did work together. And also what he was telling you about those flamingos, he exaggerated a little bit about, you know, the flamingo smoking the thing. But I'll never forget the shock I felt, the pleasant shock, surprise. When I went down there one time, I was in town for the races, and I remember I stuck around, I knew some of the horse owners and stuff, and I stuck around as I was going down the parking lot to my car. I saw this one lone flamingo, a big 6-foot-tall bird with these marvelous little stick legs going like that. And he spread his wings and sang, Herb Jeffries. It's all truth tonight. All truth. Yes, sir. Tell him about my mother? Is that, oh, hi, Milton. I could have sworn you were up here a moment ago. Seems like yesterday. And this show started yesterday, as a matter of fact. No, the lady we called my mother, that's more true. That was my mother. I wish we had had time to show you her whole act. Milton and my mother worked together when Milton was about 14 or so. They were on the same bill on a number of occasions. And this is also true. Milton worked on 2 separate occasions as my babysitter. He did not apply for the job. There was no ad in the paper. But my mother had a little drinking problem. For about 75 years, she had a little drinking problem. And she was on the bill with Frank Van Hoven and Milton. And he said, yes, ma'am. And she said, could you watch the kid for a little while? It slipped in 5. And that's not a funny story because there's no punchline, but Milton Berle is my babysitter. Can you say the same? Okay. Well, because this is all celebrating New York, I'm in, by the way, under moderately false pretenses. I never did go to high school in New York, but I was born in New York. And the gentleman, the political figure who I couldn't hear much backstage what he was saying, but he presented the 125th Street thing. I was indeed born in Harlem. And on 125th Street at an establishment called Dr. Boyce's Sanitarium. Dr. Boyce, if you're interested in social history, was a woman. His wife didn't know it, but he, I'm trying to be serious and my brain does these stupid things. She was the first woman, whatever, that doctors did about things like that in those days. So I've picked out, as I say, a couple of New York tunes because I've written too much music. I don't have any of it committed to memory. And this number, we were going to do 400 other things, but to heck with that because it's so late. This number has a title that will probably shock you, even though you might have heard it sung by Dinah Shore and George Shearing. There's a wonderful version of it and some other young singers you might not know. The title is, I Hate New York. See, you're like, oh. But there's a little twist. You guys find it yet? Okay, good. We're making this up as we go along because we were going to do a bunch of other stuff. Laugh it up, folks. These are the jokes. Our city is falling apart. You kick it around now that it's down. I haven't got the heart. Oh, I know that there's plenty that's wrong, but why do I still feel that old thrill at any old familiar New York song? I hate New York, except for Broadway opening nights, the magic of those twinkling lights, the garden and those crazy fights. I hate New York. I hate this town, except for Sundays in the park, the Hudson River in the dark, the way you call me on a lark. I hate New York. That skyline still does me in. Even Mr. Kempton's byline makes me know what state I'm in. I hate New York, except for bike rides in the sun, lunch with the bunch at 21, a small cafe when day is done. I've panned it, can't stand it. I hate New York. And the melody. Town, except for Sundays in the park, the Hudson River in the dark, the way you call me on a lark. I hate New York. That skyline still does me in. Even Mr. Kempton's byline makes me know what state I'm in. I hate New York, except for bike rides in the sun, lunch lunch with the bunch at 21. A small cafe when day is done. I ran it, can't stand it. I hate New York. Thank you. Thank you. And to finish and hit the parking lot, this is a number that you've heard before, but probably not with this lyric. The song is called "This Could Be the Start of Something Big," but this is the New York version. And even those of us who do indeed love New York are well aware of its faults. You can love a human being and be aware of his or her faults. So these things do happen. So we're going to take this one, Manny, a little slower than we rehearsed it because they'll pick up the words a little bit of that way. I'm not beating it off, but this would be the tempo. Dun, 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 about like that, okay? Okay, kick it off.
You want to kick it off?
No, you'll kick it off. You're walking along the street, avoiding the garbage, or watching a wino bum accosting a hick. You suddenly hear a bell, you're starting to run like hell. 'Cause this could be the start of something sick. You're lunching at Burger King, or scarfing a bagel, or trying to find a cab when weather is bad. Then suddenly, oh my God, the maniac digs your bar. And this could be the start of something sad. This crazy city once was pretty, but it ain't no more. Who knows what's written in the Post or news? So when a mugger calls you bugger, don't you faint no more. You'd better start to sing those New York blues. You're riding like Bernard Getz, alone on the subway, or else in a dim cafe. They're serving you scum, when suddenly there he is. You don't want to be where he is. And this could be the start of something dumb. Now, if your deli's kinda smelly, what did you expect? And if the prices have gone twice as high, even the mayor says a prayer but gets no respect. Why, it's enough to make a grown man cry. Walking on 59, avoiding the hookers, or giving some junkie cat the last of your change. Then suddenly there's a shot. Are you gonna run or what? And this could be a part of something. This could be a part of something. This could be the start of something strange. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, very much, and good night.
Come on, our guest of honor, Mr. Steve Allen. Take a bow, Steve. Steve Allen, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Steve. How about a big hand for the Manny Harmon Orchestra, ladies and gentlemen? Let's stand. Gentlemen, take a bow. Thank you. See you next year. Good night. God bless you all.